Scribbled notes, scribbled notes when I wrote these quotes. If I offend, pardon me, there's more of me to grow. Creative in my process, enjoy the show. The will is different when you recognize the different strokes. Different folks, same goals, we all want the most. So when we reach the top, we can enjoy the toast. The type of bread we get is fresh about the bakery. Told them don't play with me, with or without a degree. Don't question my intensity, bravery. Similar to agencies that want to see you fold. So just pray for me. Pray for me. Yeah, pray for me. Einstein with my energy.
Which is just amazing because
it's amazing.
Running some of those Kickstarter campaigns is not easy. How do you do that, and how much of a part of your business is that?
You know, I had like Michael J. Sullivan and Robin Sullivan, big, super successful. Like there's me, and then they're up there somewhere, right? And I do okay. But they have been big on Kickstarters for a long time. Now, where they raise $100,000-$200,000, you know, I'm thrilled to do 20 and then 30 and then 40 on my fourth one, on my third Kickstarter. So mine were super successful because I didn't ask for that much. It was well over what I had asked for as my funding goal. Because if you don't reach your funding goal on a Kickstarter, you don't get any of the money. You just don't get it. So I really did not want to do it because it's a lot of work. I mean, you know, you put together a GoFundMe, it's a lot of work. And because you have to budget everything out and put it all together and keep it all straight, and then handle all that production stuff. Now, having been a producer and production manager, I'm all about production schedules and what has to come first, second, third, and like a lot of really complicated issues. So compared to making a film, making a book is not nearly as complex, but it's still a lot to keep in mind. And I also, when I worked in film, that's what I did full time. And I don't get to do this stuff full time, right? Not yet, anyway. We'll see one day, hopefully. So, because I still teach for 3 different universities, different classes as an independent contractor, adjunct professor, and that's my day job. I still have to do that, plus you know the house and the family and all that kind of thing, all those kinds of things. So it's a lot of work. So I knew it was, and I just didn't want to do it. And finally they convinced me, and Phil Tucker had run one and he convinced me to do it. And so I did it, and it did really well. And then of course, once it's done, you have to actually get those books produced, and then get them shipped to you, store them somewhere, pack them all, and ship them all out, right?
Yep. The whole process.
Yeah.
I'm lucky I have a wife. My wife really knows what she's doing when it comes to that stuff.
That is awesome.
She was,
you know, a lot
helpful.
of it's really cool. A lot of the most successful self-pub authors I know are husband-wife teams. One of them, it's the woman who does all the writing, and he does a lot of the business work. Will White, one of the most successful authors in the world. Most people would say who, right?
Yeah.
Well, he sells as many. He sells a lot of books.
Yep.
These big names you hear about, yeah, he sells as many as they do. He hires his whole family. I mean, he's got like a bunch of his family on full time to help him out. I actually hire my nieces and nephews.
Wow.
And my sister and my ex-girlfriend and her daughters. They come and, you know, help do the stuff. So that helps a lot. I have to pay them. Well, I want to pay them, right? So it's worked out. It's worked out really well. I still have the final fulfillment to do, pack up and ship out. I now have everything I need for my last Kickstarter. But we're under renovations in the house right now. They start Friday, so I had to clear out the entire basement, and everything is packed into the garage or a container, and I have nowhere to pack 300 trilogy and slipcase and hardbacks. You need room to do that. And I've got 300 to send out, and it's going to be a big job, and I have no room to do it in the house because they're renovating the bathrooms, which means all that space around there can't be used, including the living room and the front basement where I did all my packing. Is completely empty. This weekend I moved all the old furniture that was stored out of there, and all the books. I mean, a ton of paperbacks, ton of hardbacks. And I just got 3 pallets of slipcases for the trilogies just came in, right? So that has been the first one I didn't make money on, but you asked if that was part of my business plan. It's not really. So that money has all been, and I made a little bit of money on the second one and more on the third because I also had books 1 and 2 available that were already paid for from the first 2. So the third one worked out quite nicely, but I won't be doing one for several years now because I'm under contract for a new trilogy that's not just mine. So I can't just decide to do that. Though I am working as a contractor to help out with Wraithmarked, is a small press who I'm also writing this trilogy for on their Kickstarters. And we just ran the first one a couple months ago and are in post-production, and I'm handling all the book production stuff. And that went really well. So yeah, I mean, there are other things that I do besides just writing and teaching, and it's been a busy year.
Scribbled notes when I wrote these quotes. If I offend, pardon me, there's more of me to grow. Creative in my process, enjoy the show. The will is different when you recognize the different strokes. Different folks, same goals, we all want the most. So when we reach the top, we can enjoy the toast. The type of bread we get is fresh about the bakery. Told them don't play with me, with or without a degree, don't question my intensity. Bravery, similar to agencies that want to see you fold. So just pray for me. Pray for me. Einstein with my energy, mass times infinity.